Hi everyone, so just making this quick video for anyone that could make the session on Friday to go through the content that we covered around recovery and mindset for marathon running. So this is a often overlooked but really important topic as well because marathon training is tough both on the body and mind, and if we don't recover effectively, we can run the risk of injury, hitting a wall, or just wearing ourselves out as well. But also, if we don't, recover proper as well, it just makes the marathon really unenjoyable. It just makes it more of a chore than something that we want to do as well. So in this, I'm going to cover best practices when it comes to recovery, also around mindset as well when it comes to marathons. Because like some of the things that I discussed just a second ago there, marathon training can be tough. It can wear us down mentally, it can be stressful, it can be hard to balance when we have family work commitments and things like that. So I'm going to share some tips as well that has helped me um, battle, I suppose, the internal battles when it comes to marathon training. And apologies as well, I have a slight bit of a cold too, so if I sound a bit congested, that's why. But hopefully you can understand. So look, I'll get my head out of the way here. When it comes to marathon training, as I said before, there's multiple different pillars of performance, and it's not just running that we need to focus on. Strength and conditioning plays a big part. Recovery and mobility also plays a big part. Nutrition plays a big part. And then recovery plays just as a vital part as any of the others. So let's talk about why recovery is so important. So when it comes to marathon training, it wears us down in two ways. It wears down our muscular system, makes our muscles sore, and our breathing as well can really, because such what can push stress on our nervous system. It can push stress on our internal organs like our heart and things like that. So it's vital that we allow sufficient time for them to recover in order to grow back stronger and be wears us down too. It can be stressful, as I said before, it can be daunting. So sometimes it's good to take that mental break from marathon training too. And when it comes to recovery, like there's so much out there about recovery, meditation, ice baths, recovery boots, all that good stuff, which are good. But what we have to remember about recovery is that a lot of the fundamentals are often the most effective. Getting the right amount of sleep, having the right nutrition, protein rich diet, electrolytes, magnesium as well to help that muscle recovery, but also some active recovery as well. So I have a client who just ran the Rome Marathon there this weekend, and the first thing I said to them is go for a walk after your marathon because especially after our long runs too, if we sit around, we let the lactic acid in our body and especially in our legs build up as well, which can cause the stiffness. If we don't get up and move, it's going to stay there. Getting up and move, even light jogs, easy walks as well, it's a great way to flush that out and speed up the recovery process. And here's just some signs that we need to, focus on recovery. One is high heart rate or low HRV. And this is essentially heart rate variability, the amount of beats per second that your heart goes through. If there's a big spike in this, it means that your nervous system is all over the place. You need to take a rest. Stiff muscles and soreness as well is another sign that we need to recover. Niggles and injuries, definitely. Let me just move on. Illness as well. So I usually go if it's congestion like I have today. We're okay because it's a head cold. It's not too serious. It's more say a chest infection and things like that. Maybe not the best idea to go out running because our body just needs to recover. Also, kind of illness as well when it comes to say stomach bugs, diarrhea and things like that. You're gonna get very little benefit from trying to run with that sort of sickness too. Sometimes your body just needs to recover. And then sometimes we can just have a pain in our backside with running, and it's just nice to take, a day or two off, just to give ourselves that mental break. So ways we can add recovery into our training block. So depending on kind of how many days you're running per week. So for example, me, I take one rest day per week. If you're running 3 days a week, that's enough for a marathon. If you take the 4 rest days, one day in between every one, you're perfect. Take a deload week every 4 weeks. So the way I do it is that for my training blocks, I would have 3 weeks where I'm increasing the intensity, and then 1 week where I kind of taper off a bit. And this allows me then for my body to adapt after the three, strenuous weeks. Take not even a week off, or a light week as well for the body to recover, and then come back stronger, and then increase the intensity again. After the marathon, do take a week off. Your body is just going to be in shock, so just make sure you let that recover. You let yourself get back to normal, and then plan your next race and go from there. And then on your sessions itself, like don't go for full intensity or high intensity every single time. 80% of your sessions should be done on easy pace. So this will help with recovery, but won't put your body under too much stress. So this is vitally important that you plan your running blocks using this philosophy and principle too. And now some tips for dealing with the mental side of running. And this kind of sums it up. Marathons are great to do and great ideas in the moment, but they are tough. They're really tough, especially on the day and then building up, as you're probably experiencing now. And can wear us down on the mental side of things as well. And some of the main stressors when it comes to marathon training is pre-race anxiety in terms of will I be able to do this? Am I fit enough? You know, the long runs. Who really got loves going out spending say 3 hours running say on a Saturday or Sunday morning? It's tough going. And look, it is enjoyable at times, but then again it's just a pain in the backside. PB pressure too. So look, there's a lot of pressure online and on Strava too for people trying to, outdo each other's PBs. Don't worry about any of this. This is just unnecessary stress. Just worry about your own race. Enjoy your race and control what you can control. Then the training load as well, just trying to juggle everything in. It can be really stressful, and the injuries too. Especially if you're only a few weeks out for the race and thinking, will you recover in time? Will you be okay? This can, give us a lot of stress too. And some great ways we can deal with this, like joining a running club and, running with people who are going through the same struggles, same challenges as you, gives us some reassurance and some comfort. And sometimes it's a great place to rant and just get, some of the stress off our chest as well. And it's a lot easier to run on the long runs with people around you where we're egging each other on, as opposed to trying to do it on your own where it can be sometimes soul destroying. Running with music as well, or podcasts, or anything that's going to keep you entertained, especially on the long runs. And then scenic routes as well. So one of the beauties about running is that it brings you to different places, around your locality, around the world if you're traveling as well. And take advantage of that. Like I've traveled, a lot with work and kind of in before marathon blocks and I've been able to see the best of Barcelona, the best of, Nice, Dubai, the Philippines, just by going on different jogs as well. Like go explore, go be adventurous. It's one of the best things about running. And then I suppose one thing that we have to do is some people often forget this, is just enjoy the process. We're doing the marathon, it's our choice to do this. Let's enjoy the process. It doesn't have to be a struggle every single time. And we should be grateful for the opportunity to run a marathon. A lot of people can't because, disabilities or lack of fitness or things like that. Be grateful we can do it. And I think this gives us a bit of, gratitude as well that we can run and just makes, the tough runs a bit more digestible in a way. I think it's always important to remember why we're doing it, and especially you with Family Action too. Like you've raised just under £40,000 so far. That's a great reason to run. But everyone is going to have their own individual reason for running too, whether it's to prove a point, whether it's, for a family relative, no matter what it is, like always remember your purpose for running. And then positive self-talk. And I can't emphasize this enough, when you're tough runs, when it's raining out, when it's, 30k in and you're really feeling it, you have to tell yourself that you can do it. And you can. And the message that you tell yourself on your long runs or when whatever hits the fan is what the outcome is going to be. And I always go by the saying that whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. And look, I always try to keep the glass half full when I'm running at least as well, because it could be a lot worse, and we always have to keep that, positive message to ourselves. So yeah, look, hopefully you found this useful. I'm gonna post this in a YouTube video. If you do have any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll get back to you. But again, look, best of luck in the marathon. Really enjoyed the 3 sessions that we had together. And if I can help in any way, don't hesitate to reach out.